23 shot like I'm Michael Jordan. Touchdown to pay like a runner. Get to the break, give a fuck with you niggas.
And what's going on, gang? It's your boy FPCD, and we back with that pressure, man. So today we got a install on my TAURUS G2C, and man, if you know about guns or anything, you know that TAURUS trigger, that stock trigger, it's just not it, man. This is what it look like. It's just springy, it's just bouncy, reset time, it's just not it. So yeah, we're gonna be switching that out. I'll say hi.
Hi.
So the trigger I got is called a pseudo backstrap from the brand Keep Tinkering, and his brand is supposed to reduce take-up time and reset time to like 30 to 40%. I think that's what he said. Don't quote me on that, but I think that's what he said. This is what the pseudo backstrap looks like, and this I'm gonna show y'all a video of the stock trigger on the TAURUS. Man, y'all gonna see why it gotta get changed out, and I'm gonna show y'all that video. We just gonna jump right into the main one. I got the TAURUS right here. You know what I mean? And we're empty, of course. Empty. We're clear. And basically, the trigger is just like, first of all, it's springy as shit. Let me show you. Like, look at that. All that take-up time, and then click, reset, click, reset, and then it goes like, so it's just real springy, bro. That's just not good. All right, so for the install, for the things that you're gonna need, of course you need your gun. You need the trigger. This is the Keep Tinkering trigger. This is the one that I got. This is called the pseudo backstrap. This one's a little bit bigger, but I'll go into why I got this one a little bit later. You need some pliers just to pull out the pins if need be. You need a hammer, but this is what I got because for some reason I can't find a hammer. You need a duct tape, so when you're hitting the screws or whatever, you can hit it right here and it'll fall down into the tape. And then I don't have any punches or anything, but I've seen like you can use just about anything, I guess. And I'm gonna try to use these. I feel like they might break, but we're gonna try to use those. All these are DIY, but if you have punches, you can go to Amazon, and they sell like a punch kit for TAURUS and stuff like that. All right, my bad. I didn't mean to turn the video off, but if you hear a door in the back, it's because my daughter. But anyway, so what you want to do is you want to make sure that you're clear, of course. We're clear, we're empty. And you want to go ahead and fill the stripper or whatever the fuck it's called. Disassemble. So, took two pieces apart. You don't need the slide, so we're going to set that aside. All right, so right now we're gonna start with the hammering out the pins, and they go in from the left. They go in left side in, so we're gonna be hitting them from the right side down. And we're gonna start with the back one. We'll see how this works. Y'all might have to work with me. I'm gonna do this off camera, but basically you just gotta hit out this pin right here, this pin right here, which is the smallest one in the middle, and then this one. All right, man, we are back, and we got the frame pins out. We got 1, 2, and 3. We got each of those out. Now this one right here is the hardest one to get out. This one took me about 2 hours. I'm not lying, but it's also because I don't have the proper equipment, so I just DIY what I could. So what I used was just one of these little things. They go in the end of a screwdriver. So I just grabbed one of these. It's big enough to go inside of this pin right here. And that's just to get it loose. And then I finished it off with just something sturdy and sharp thick enough to go in there and hit on top. And then same with this. Just use something nice and thick, pretty stable. Put it inside right here. Hammered it, bing bing, came out. This is my makeshift hammer, that's what I was using. Alright, so your next step after taking out each of the frame pins is going to be, you have a slide lock release right here. So you're going to want to be taking this out right here, which is going to be this little thing right here. Alright, to get this slide lock out, it takes a little bit of finesse, but just once again, you just push that down like that, like so, push it in. And then I'm using my thumb and I'm just pushing one side out. And then as you can see, it's starting to like come out right there. Oh, yeah, you can just push it out. Okay, right here, you just want to be careful though and keep your finger in like this gap right here, because what's gonna happen is there's a spring down here, and once you let go of the pressure, you don't want that spring to just shoot out. Alright, so down here is a spring, and you just want to make sure you keep hold of that, because when you let go, if you don't let go, the spring that's in there, right there, it can shoot out, and you don't want to go looking around for it. So I'm going to go ahead and just grab that, and that thing is dirty. Just keep that in there, and set this off to the side in there. So now we have, oh, this thing is oiled up. Our side lock release, we have that. Go ahead and set this to the side. And there's a certain way that this goes in, so I'll show you which way it goes into. Go ahead and set that to the side as well. Now the next step, after you take out your frame pins and your slide lock release right here, now you can go ahead and start working on prying out your frame, your rear assembly, and then your front trigger box. But you don't want to like gouge them out. Kind of just want to try to wiggle them out, get some finesse, lift it up a little bit. You see, I don't know if you can tell or not, but it's starting to lift up. If you look here, it's starting to lift up a little bit. That's good. Go to this side. Oh, can't really lift this side up. Apply a little bit of pressure on each side. The back end is pretty much sticking out. You can see that, so go ahead and try to wiggle out the front too. Oh, yep. See, it just slides out pretty much. Now, one thing that I did see, I watched a couple videos, and you do have to be careful when taking this out, because there's springs and whatnot in here. So you take it out, you pinch each side. You want to hold each side just in case, because the safety has like a little ball inside of here and a whole bunch of stuff. So to release it, you just take it out, you push forward, you twist. Oh, you'll figure it out. It's not hard. You just take it out like that. But this piece right here is starting to wiggle, start to come off, and so is this. So basically what you want to do is keep them in place. Oh, gosh. I see I'm already messing up. Keep them in place. Take out your front trigger box. Just take this thing. And you don't want to mess up anything. You just want to take it out slowly. Yeah. There's your trigger box. Now we go back to this rear assembly. I'm just going to drop this thing back in there. Just like that. And just leave it there because I don't want to mess with it. Alright, now we're down to the trigger. We're at the trigger box. So this pin, the pin that we're taking out is, I think this one right here. Yeah, we're gonna be taking out that pin right there. See, it's already coming out. It's not that hard to take out because, well, I don't know, but it's not. So I'm gonna go ahead and just take one of these pins, punch it. And I don't think it matters which way you take it out, but yeah, I'm just gonna take it out this way because it's already coming out. Look at that, I can just do that with my hand. Comes out. That's for the trigger. And then your trigger comes out basically, let's see. I'm pulling it towards me. Let's see. Set that to the side. Now we have the spring in there, and that's basically what we're gonna be taking off. We gotta take out the trigger bar. Let's see how far it goes down. Yeah, there's some nice tension, but we're still changing it. I don't know what the fuck that is. Oh, that's for the safety. That shit's weird. To take this off, I think we have to unhook this. Unhook that right there. So it does help if you have like a little hook tool. Just makes stuff easier. Just gotta take this off. Basically, I'm just lifting it off and pulling it back. Alright, so we went ahead and we took off the spring. So now it's detached from the firing pin, this thing. So now it's detached. So now the only thing else I gotta do is take out this middle pin to where we can take this out, so we can take it apart from this the stock trigger. So we need a pinch. I already hit it a little bit out the way. I don't know why that one's coming out, but I hit this one out right now. And then we need another pinch to go in there. Where's my makeshift hammer? I got my hammer right here. So basically we just need to take this pin out. Oh, shit. Well, we got this out. That's really all we needed. Well, we need this pin still, so. So once you get this out, this is really all you need now. But we do need this pin to where we could put it into the pseudo back strap. So I'm gonna go ahead and work this out, and then after I get this out, go ahead and move on. So we finally got stock trigger stripped completely. So we're done with that. We don't need that. This is the old Taurus spring, the first one that it came with, like with the stock trigger and everything. This is the new one that I purchased with the Keep Tinkering trigger, but I'm having some issues putting it in. Like, I don't know. It's like not, the holes won't align. I don't know if it's just because the spring is really sturdy or whatnot. I'm gonna try to finesse it and get this one because I want this brand new spring in there. All right, so what I ended up needing to do was I just ended up using the old stock spring because the new one that I got, it's not like this. This right here, it should be going like straight down, but it's coming outwards. So that's giving me a huge problem. And then this down here, I try to like bend it out a little bit, but yeah, it's not doing anything. So just gonna put that to the side. So what I did was just put the old spring in, put the pin, obviously I put it halfway through to where it was like at the end of this spring right here, to where I could fit the firing I keep calling it a firing pin. Trigger thing. I did. That, and then I slid that in there, and then obviously I pushed the pin all the way through. And you want to make sure it's even on both sides. Even. Now, this is called the trigger bar, by the way. I keep forgetting, I don't know why. So the last thing that we need to do for this is we need to grab this and hook it onto this little, it's like a crease right there, indentation right there. So we just need to pick it up. Something like that. I did that first time. Okay, so I got it hooked on right there, but it's not down in that groove yet. It's not in that indentation, so I'm just gonna use my finger to push it over. And it's still almost all the way, but you want to make sure it's snug in there. So, all right, so we got everything installed on the trigger bar. You do want this hook to be on the groove, but it's not going down there. So I'm just gonna let it be right there. Everything feels nice. The tension's still okay, so don't mess with the tension too much. Still vulnerable at this state. Okay, so we got this in. Get that hole lined up. Okay. And now you come in with your trigger at that angle. Drop it in there. And now everything is aligned inside of here. So now, last step is just going to be getting the holes lined up. I can see right through there, so I'm going to go ahead and just try to put the pin in. Right. And you just want to get it as even as possible. Alright. Now it's all the way through, but I'm going to go ahead with one of your punches and just even it out. Alright, so basically what you want to do is keep hold of the two sides right here, like you did when you pulled it out. And you want to come in with the trigger bar, come in from the bottom right here. Let that clear up. So you go in on the side right here. There's a big old hole, and then that just goes in, slides in easily. And then from this point, you want to hold it with one hand, hold the pieces together, pretty close to each other. And then, hold on, I got a lot here. And then you want to drop them in at the same time about where they should go. And then the back is easiest to start with. Drop the back in first. Let me hold on to both sides. Alright, the back is in. Everything looks like it's in place. And then that's when you go ahead and kind of gotta finesse him a little bit. Move him forward. And then once everything is lined up, it should all snap down. Yep. Snapped in place. And now you can test it from this stage. You can try, functions, safety. Make sure the safety works. That's still going up. Of course. Make sure when you pull it, everything's clicking the right way. And yeah. That's the install. and make sure it's all good. And now from this point on, you want to go ahead and put your pin in. Alright, so when you're putting this piece in, the slide lock release, you want this opening face, you want it towards you, or facing towards like the rear end of your rear assembly. So this, you don't necessarily need the tool unless you want to use it. You can just use your finger, push it down, hold it, slide this inside. Oh, so if you look in here, you gotta have this shit like down. So I'm gonna use this, push it down. See, now it's open. Alright, so I got it back in. Literally, I just used like a screwdriver or something a little bit thicker to go in there, hold it down, just push it right through. It's probably the easiest part. It's just hard to do on camera just because it's just in the way. But you can still test it from this point. Not too much though. Make sure your safety's still working. Slide release. Everything is looking nice. Everything is looking good. You can go ahead and put your slide back on. But right now I'm about to go ahead and go work these pins back in. Alright, man. We made it to the final assembly. We got all 3 of the pins back in. We done a couple checks just to make sure everything's functioning correctly. Safety's still good. And everything's still functioning. So now last thing we need to do is put on this slide. And what we're looking for is making sure, one, that it's going on properly. So it's on properly, one. And then we're making sure that it's not getting caught up on anything. Safety's still good. Safety's right. Restrike. Once you know, man, you just know. Mainly reason why I got this is this pseudo backstrap, the bigger one, is because, when I go to hold it with the stock trigger, I was reaching around, and when I did it, my finger would, like, wrap around it. So, like, when I would go to shoot, I'd be, like, pinching the trigger. Just no bueno. So, went ahead and switched it out. This one's a little bigger. It pushes your finger way more forward. Other stock trigger, your finger would be, like, down here. But this one, finger is way more up here. So, it's way more comfortable. Resurrected this damn thing. That's what the fuck I did. Resurrected it. So now, a few more upgrades next. I gotta get, gotta change out my barrel. I want to change out my firing pin and all that, but here we go. Final result. Keep tinkering. Did your thing. Did your thing, my boy.
Whoa, 23 shot like a Michael Jordan. Touchdown to pay like a Randall. And get to the break, give a fuck what you niggas doing.